Nigel Farage has pulled out of very important interview with the BBC at last minute amid Hitler row. What was the Hitler row? Well, the reason why he pulled out, this leader of the Reform Party, it was because he obviously said that the UK should have not just negotiated, but appeased Adolf Hitler. Now, I made a video, I think it's a few days ago, regarding Nigel Farage's past, where he's always had a thing for Adolf Hitler. Even his headmaster warned people that this guy, was an extremist, and his obsession with Adolf Hitler was so paramount. He was chanting Nazi parties, and you got pictures from him in the past, with his old BNP, the British National Party. So every track he's associated with, from BNP to EDL to UKIP, all being extreme far right wing, and they all seem to have one thing in common: they don't love their country, i.e. England, but they always look to Germany. They always look to Adolf Hitler. It's the same man who was, Nigel Farage, while he's looking towards Adolf Hitler, towards Germany, and his wife is German, he was looking to America, watching American politics, to see whether if Donald Trump got in, he would have, just like Dyson, voted Brexit, then left England. He would have got to America and told the English, go to hell. Donald Trump is lying in my pocket. But Donald Trump got convicted, so he's weighing the waters. Now he's English. He's got English interest, working class interest. He's looking at poor white people. This is a banker. This is a millionaire, and he cares about poor white people. You know, no millionaire cares about anybody. But this is how they rally racism. This is how they stir things up, pretend that they're socialist or having a socialist agenda, and they target the so-called disfranchised white males. So they rebrand themselves. For instance, they no longer says we are racist, we are patriots. This is the worst kind of rebranding you can do, because you try to move away from your roots, not for ethical reasons, but for disturbing reasons. Because if you don't know the root of a tree, you can't deal with its cause and effect. You must know the root in order to deal with it effectively. So if they can hide what they stand for, we're just patriots, still racist face, then the horrors of the Nazi Holocaust can happen all over again. Why? Because you were caught napping. You were caught napping, not looking at how dangerous they are, and looking how they're trying to manipulate language, change language. Rebranding themselves. And this is how they work, behind the scenes. They're so hungry. You have to admire them. They're so hungry, so racist, that they will do anything in their power, lie, cheat, just to make sure that they end up in power. Adolf Hitler, he was a chancellor. How he got into power was rallying, the so-called poor white Germans, tell them how important they are. Nigel Farage is using, excuse me, is using the same Hitler psychology. Nigel Farage has nothing in common with poor white people, nothing, but he knows how to hustle. He knows how to hustle. He knows how to drift. And this is what he does best. He was interested in American politics. He was prepared to live in America. And then suddenly he decided, oh no, I'm going to stay on the fringes and try to pretend I'm important. Stay on the fringes. I know people are suckers. And then if I can, look, he went to this area, I think it's called something, we see. And the white people there, some obviously embraced him. The other says, look, he don't care about us. He's a Londoner. He's a banker. This is what white people are saying. He only came to this area because he knows it's a racist area. He only come to this area because he knows it's a racist area. and this is why he's here. Excuse me, because I drink next to me either. Right? So he declined the BBC interview because he's scared that with all his branding, with himself, he's scared that people will see him for what he really is. A lot of his party members, I did a video that they tend to be like Adolf Hitler's party, freaks of nature, sexual convicts, nonsense. Just look at my previous video, and you'll see a whole list, of them. Ex-police officers, who are nonsense, and they joined the Reform Party, or etc. Or the EDL or the BNP. It's a strange concoction of misfits who tend to move to the extreme far right. Same with the extreme far left. Same with the extreme far left. Tend to attract misfits. So he declined the BBC interview because he was scared. He was scared that his party and him, would be exposed for what they really are. He's a coward. If I love Adolf Hitler, if I admired Adolf Hitler, do you think that you could tell me, in my freedom of speech, in my freedom of thought, you think you could tell me not to admire Adolf Hitler? You couldn't tell me nothing. If I admired Adolf Hitler and I could prove why, you couldn't tell. Not even not Mike Tyson, not even Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. Not even Tyson Fury with his 6'9" self will tell me who I can love, I cannot love. But if I can defend it intelligently and honestly, you're gonna tell me who my heroes are. Don't be a coward. Let the people know what you stand for. Let the people know who you love, even with sacrificing. Be a man. Man up. If you love Adolf Hitler, those that admire Adolf Hitler will, believe me, they will come forward and say, we love him too. Don't play games. If you want to catch a certain kind of fish and use a certain kind of bait, then the bait is Adolf Hitler. Don't be shy. If you admire the man, then please, why are you being shy for? Are you ashamed of him? So, if I like, let's say, President Mugabe, I'm not going to hide it. There's nothing that you got on politics that you're so deep that you can tell me who I can love and cannot love. But when you're a coward and you got something to hide, this is what you do, and that's most racist. They're cowards. So if they're now calling for Suella Braverman to join the Reform Party, I'm not surprised. They're also called, what's her name, Kemi Butchnosh. They always seem to call people who hate ethnic minorities. Even though they're ethnic minorities themselves, It's called the Stockholm Syndrome. You know, I'm coughing too much, but I'm going to end it here.